We're still pretty soft, but we're still in kind of a test mode. So we did the first 2 test sessions yesterday, and we're still a little soft, but it's not hurting parts, and we'll lean on it a little bit more. It'll probably get more percentage, and hopefully it'll run okay. But I think this is the shot right now to just try to get in the show here. And the concern right now is just being able to play on Sunday. So it's one of those deals where you want to win the race, but before you do that, you actually got to race and get in it and qualify for it. So that's where we're at right now. It's just winging a prayer and hope.
There's that, here we go. Gators Motorsports car over there in the Folk.com lane. 599, 248 Austin. 647 down the throttle. 152 Frank McBee Jr. Frank McBee was better at 64, 103 to 109. Frank McBee was better at 332, 64 to a 278. Frank was 201 miles an hour at half track and then rolled out of that throttle. Three-stage, Shane Stewart, Rick Huff walked away from this kid. Then Quater, Fox, Fuel Dragsters. Let's go. Whoa, watch him go. Hang on there, Shane Stewart. Wow, he may have tagged the wall down there. 602, 214, Kyle Huff. 622, 188, Shane Stewart. But that baby made a left turn that came back to the right. And I believe he may have got into the wall there, that Stewart and Sullivan car down there in a wild ride. That's an attention getter, Donnie Couch.
That was a pretty wild run. I don't know how he didn't hit the guardrail.
So see what the former top fuel champion can do. Down there top end, it shuts that baby off. 663, 157. Brad Thompson. They're on a 12-inch slick. It's not like
this is tire. It looks like you got a little loose out there, so wisely pedaling and then try to bring it back around.
Donovan 417, early style heavy left lane, small block Chevrolet, right lane. Top fuel eliminator. 599, stick number 1 right now. But the great uniforms on the champion, guys.
Yeah, John Slayer special.
Well, Sean Van Horn got good numbers down there. 616, 190 out of the 12, Sean Van Horn. 622, 222, Adam Sorokin. Sean Van Horn will go number 3. Adam Sorokin will go number 5. Brian up the ready ran nothing but 5. Brendan Murray really come around with that Brendan Murray team car. Another great dash at the top. Fuel eliminator, Brian Hall. Brian goes to the top. 592, 249 miles an hour. Brendan Murray, 611 at only 203 miles an hour. So Mike Hill cuts forward. Tyler Hester, Rick McGee, Gerald Tedford, and all of Visalia. Overtime special. The Folk.com link goes to the number 1 spot. 576, 245 miles an hour. Mike Hilton, 598, 238 miles an hour. Tyler Hester, using number 1.
Got a lot of driving talent and tune-up talent.
Yeah, he does it all. Lee Kaiser pre-stage, waiting on Tyler Hilton pre-stage. 576.8, number 1. Wow, Tyler Hill coming on big time. 574.2, 256 miles an hour. Pete Kaiser will go to that number 1 spot. Tyler, 608.2, 2:08 will go to the number 7 spot. But Pete Kaiser, 1:01 and 60 foot time, 2:60 and 3:30, 2:03 at half track, and 5:74 to 256 miles an hour to the number 1 spot. And that wraps up Top Fuel Eliminator qualifying session number 1.
It was pretty soft. I just wanted to make sure I didn't go out there and smoke the tires, make sure I get in the show. And hopefully step it up today. There's no way that 74 is going to last to number 1 today. I know a couple of guys go quite a bit quicker than that. So just go be consistent today. I don't want to beat myself. Twice this year I've smoked the tires and lost. I'm trying not to do that this weekend.
Top Fuel Eliminator, qualifying session number 2. The California Hot Rod Reunion, featuring the Nitro Revival, presented by Good Vibrations Motorsports. Wow. Take a look at the grandstand. Thank you very much, folks. Appreciate y'all coming out with us here. Brad Thompson and Brett Williamson. Brad Thompson is pre-stage, waiting on that Forever Young car. At that top end, 6:14.5, Brad Thompson, 5:92.0, Brett Williamson. Brett Williamson, 449 miles an hour. Brad Williamson coming out early, but only 2:23, Brett Williamson.
Next bear up, John Van Horn. The A&W Root Beer Special over there.
Sean Van Horn trying to race their way into that 8-car field. The Sullivan Stewart team car to both down. Sean Van Horn for A&W Root Beer. Titan Engineering. Bush Light. Good group on time by side top end. A cloud of smoke, 593.9, 222 miles an hour. For Shane Stewart, Sean Van Horn, 592.7, 238 miles an hour.
So here
Top
we go.
Fuel Eliminator with Brendan Murray, Frank McGee Jr. Jack McBee car, Donnie Couch, was the fastest Top Fuel dragster in 2024 to 265.38 miles an hour. Brendan Murray, San Jose, Frank McBee Jr., Madero.
Short little burnout there for him.
Pre-stage is Frank McBee Jr., Brendan pre-stage. You got to run in the 5 to play on Sunday. Out parachutes out Frank. Brendan goes 5.930, 228 miles an hour. Frank was driving away from him and then shuts it off at 6.26.6. Brendan in the number 6 spot. That bump spot now is down to 5.98.1. Currently sitting in the number 10 spot is Kyle Huff. Adam Soroka, the champion speed shop car, in that number 13 spot. It's walk away by the Quater and walks away from Adam Soroka. 5.98.1 the bump spot, the 8-car field to dance on Sunday. One more session later on this afternoon. Car trucking on down through there, shuts it off 5.94.2, 2:05 for Adam Soroka and the team. We'll get into the field for now. Kyle Huff shut it off 6.57.9, 1:56. And the reigning 3-time national champion, Tyler Hilton. It's Vote.com lane doing his burnout. Both drivers pre-stage. They're set, go. Great expectations car down there, top end. Tyler Hilton.
Wow.
Whoa, 5.669, 258 miles an hour. Austin 10:15.5 shutting off at 89 miles an hour. Tyler 101 at 60-foot time. 260 to the 330. 209 miles an hour at half track. Descent. At that top end, the boat.com lane 594.1, 221. Not in. Need to go 593.9. My final pair is top fuel eliminator. Two guys who've been to the winner's circle here is Brian Hall, the H&H Nomad team, and Pete Kaiser, DFW, Redline Oil, Backwest Trailers. Backwest Trailers is another one that's got a great display here, Donnie Couch, on Midway. They're cool products.
They build beautiful trailers, and they're here supporting Kaiser and that whole team there.
Pete Kaiser sitting number 2 at 574.2. Brian Hall, number 5, 592.0. To close out, top fuel eliminator, qualifying session number 2. How about that, baby? Hang on, Brian Hall. 569.7, 258 miles an hour, Pete Kaiser. 585.1, 241 miles an hour.
We feel pretty good. We're going to try to step up a little more too. We had some fresh parts on the car. That's why last night it didn't run that well. So yeah, we ran that 66. That's back in our wheelhouse. So we're going to try to stand on it here for Q3 and try to go low.
I can't even worry about the points really. I mean, they're pretty much got this season wrapped up. I can just try and keep with them and test a little bit for next year and try and go after them again. But points are pretty much over for the year, I think. But yeah, we're trying to hang with them and not smoke the tires, not beat ourselves this weekend.
Actually, I'm cautiously optimistic at this point. You know, it's we had an issue going along in testing and into Q1, and once we did this run, we wanted to see what direction the car was going to run in, and it improved. But it was I had to shut it off. We started to burn a piston around 1,000 feet. It was shut off a little early, and but we have a little bit more direction that we're going in, and it seems to be the right one to go in. So I'm sure he's going to throw something at it, and we'll try to get in, but he's going to see.
Brad Thompson pre-stage. Brad uses the pedal clutch. Here the RPMs come up big time. Down there, top end, Frank McBee trying to put himself in the field. Frank McBee 5.849, 234 miles an hour. Goes right into the field. 5.98.4. Brad Thompson will not make that 8-car field. So Adam rolls up. Got to pre-stage that small block Chevrolet. Try to get in that field at 5.93.0, that front spot. On the scoreboard there. And going. Round number 1 tomorrow. Down there top end, that small block Chevrolet on a cloud of smoke. 5.97, 209, and now he's using our pistols from about half track on, Donnie. They were 203 at half track. Both drivers are in. Well, that's a bango down there for Austin. 585, 244. Michael gets into the field. Austin was right alongside him, and then comes Lowry down there about 800 foot. 592.6, and you can dance on Sunday, Shane Stewart. Set. Ooh, that baby dancing around again down there.
Wow.
Doing a little road race at 650, 160, Shane Stewart. Yeah, baby was dancing around down there, and he said, yep. You know, the quicker qualified car gets lane choice. Not that it makes a difference here, but it could make a difference in their mind. Both drivers are pre-staged. They're set. Now. Wow, that's a pretty good old matchup down there. 605. Sean Van Horn stays number 8. Frank Williamson was running pretty good down there. They clicked it off to go 6,700 to 150. He will stay number 7. Sean Van Horn will stay number 8. Pre-stages Tyler Hester. Brian Hall. Brian over near the center line, lifts off that throttle down there, top end. 5.76.3. Improves 5 thou for that overtime team. 5.76.3. Big time speed down there. 257 miles an hour. They both want to light up the scoreboard and take out the other guy. They just kind of serve that notice for round 1 tomorrow. They threw everything in the trailer in these two cars just for this run. Down there, check that baby out down there. Top end, what's that? 5.69.9. Tyler Hilton. 5.707. Pete Kaiser, 257 miles an hour, trying to run him down. Tyler, 248 miles an hour. Tyler moved first by 3. Pete was better at 60-foot time. Pete was better at 3:30. And then Tyler Hilton at 207 miles an hour, half track, drove away at 5.69.9 to take out Pete Kaiser's 5.707.
Good run. We backed it up a little bit, so shut it off a little early. So today for race day, we're just going to back it down here for first round, get down the racetrack, and then try to take it to the finals.
Round number 1, top fuel eliminator, Frank B. Jr. and Mike Hilton. Mike Hilton, the auctioneer, is from Cincinnati, Ohio. Your number 5 qualifier will be in the Busch Light TP Gorilla Lane. Frank B. Jr., your number 4 qualifier, the Boat.com team, out of Madera, just up that 99 highway, Donnie Couch.
One of our favorite highways, Highway 99, that leads to Formosa.
Absolutely. So the first pair, round number 1. Frank McBee Jr., 647, 626, 584 to slide into that number 4 spot. Mike Hilton, much more consistent. 598, 594, and then a 585-1 to get that number 5 spot. So the 2 cars closest to qualified. Donnie, you were out and about?
Everybody was excited about yesterday, the Cackle Fest and round 1 of Funny Cars. And it's a beautiful day here in Formosa for racing. Conditions are perfect out there. It's still cool out. The track's just some fantastic runs out here right now.
So the first pair, top fuel eliminator, the California Hot Rod Reunion, presented by Good Vibrations Motorsports. Frank McBee has not run that car in just about a year over there in that Boat.com lane. Now you remember, Brian Hall did that and went to the winner's circle.
Another pre-stage. We're going to see what happens here.
Frank McBee Jr.'s in, Mike Hilton. First pair, round 1. Mike Hilton, on top end, Frank McBee, 605, 192. You saw that Hilton car right in front of you there, about 300 feet. He lifted off the throttle and come plowing. Comes to a a stop on the track down there. That was a little bit unusual, Donnie, the way he was out of the throttle. And Brian Hall, theboat.com over there. Brian Kelly Hall, latest winner on the tour, a month ago, ready dragster. Thunder on the strip. Brian did number 6 qualifier, the H&H Nomad. White Kelly over the wall as she always does. She's not just a backup, babe. She does a lot on that card. Not afraid to get her hands dirty at all. Tyler Hester, with Daryl Tedford and Rick McGee. Daryl down there on the starting line. Donnie, we talked about it yesterday. The guy that was in the hospital last weekend had had back surgery. The doctor says, you're not going to the races. Said, you want to bet?
To keep him from the Hot Rod reunion.
And he must be recovering well. He's gotten rid of the walker.
Well, Nitro cures all, Mike.
Absolutely. Tyler, 576.3, 576.8 qualifying. Brian Hall, 592, 585. Number 6 left, number 3 right. Go to round number 2. Fuel eliminator. California, hot rod reunion. Up there, down there, top end. How about that Brian Hall? The hot streak keeps going. 582, 257 miles an hour. Tyler Hester, 589.1, 255. Brian Hall was better in reaction time. Brian Hall was better in 60-foot time. Brian Hall was better at 330. Brian Hall was 207 miles an hour at half track. And I see a pattern developing there, Donnie Couch. That was all Brian Hall. Number 2 in the points, Pete Kaiser. Still chasing that 3-time champion Tyler Hilton, but it's not over yet. Qualifying wise, that Forever Young car smoked the tires. Did not run session number 2 and then came back and went 592.0 for the number 7 spot. Pete Kaiser was limited to 570, 574, 570. With session number 3, 569, 258 miles an hour. Was number 1 until that Tyler Hilton guy showed up, went 66 with a 9. Right now it's not about numbers, it's about lighting up that wind light in your lane.
Hey, Mike, Brett Williamson, that guy could drive anything. I seen him in a Sitka car a couple weeks ago. He drives a alcohol hydroplane.
He drives a Pro Mod Corvette.
Right.
Top alcohol funny
car. He can
car.
drive anything. Very talented.
And he's a very big-time fabricator up there in Gilroy.
Crew chief final adjustments out there.
So Brett Williamson, Pete Kaiser. Pete Kaiser would love to stop that Tyler Hilton Great Expectations championship run. Kaiser did. Williamson did. Top fuel, how about that down there? Pete Kaiser, 5,708, 257 miles an hour. Brett Williamson, 590, best run of the weekend, but not enough, 233 miles an hour. Brett Williamson off that starting line first, and then Pete Kaiser fielded that guy in the other lane. That's old 3-time there, Tyler Hilton. The Great Expectations team out of Ohio. Just saw Uncle Mike have problems in his first round pairing. 5:69.9 and 5:66.9 to get that #1 spot. Krista Van Horn bringing her husband back. Bush Light CP Carrillo way. Bobby Hilton standing behind his son as he comes back to boat.com lane. Final pair, round 1, top fuel eliminator. Frank McGee Jr. awaits the winner of this pair. Well, championship implications in this pair not count. Pete Kaiser's already got a win light. Tyler Hilton has to stay striding. Sean Van Horn out of the throttle, 5:82.231. Well, I will say Tyler Hilton was there for the taking, Donnie, but he comes up as Sean Van Horn, who was much better in reaction time, but had problems and shut it off to a 9:82. Tyler 5:82.231 advances. It will pick his lane over Frank McBee. Round number 2, top fuel eliminator.
Feel good. I'm just like I've been sticking my game plan all day. Is go A to B, trying to beat myself, just try and do enough to win the round. Hopefully it doesn't bite me this round, you know what I mean? I'm just trying to run another low 70 and hopefully leave with Brian. He's a great leaver, so hopefully I can just leave halfway close to him and we can run low 70 or maybe a high 60.
The run for the trophy, one of these two, about to happen now. Starting line, Kaiser got enough to run him down there, top end, wow. Pete Kaiser, 567, 256 miles an hour. Brian Hall, 577, 258 miles an hour, trying to stay out in front of him there. Brian Hall was a bunch better in reaction time, and Pete Kaiser had the hustle to get around him at 5.677.
Crew chief's making the final adjustment.
Bobby Hilton can't stand still over there, bringing his kid up the boat.com lane. Give him a cup of coffee.
Free stage.
Pete Kaiser, your stage is coming. How about that Frank McGee Jr. on? Wow! The champ goes out. 578 Frank McGee. 577 Tyler Hilton. And the champ goes out of the semifinal round. Frank McGee Jr. 59 on the tree. And then 390, 206 at half track. Tyler Hilton was 386, 205, and 577 doesn't get it done. And Frank McBee, look at them high fives, everybody down there, and a great job for that team. 578, won't have lane choice, they don't care. Brad brings that RPM up with that pedal clutch. Wow, where was that on Friday? 601 Brad Thompson, 606 Adam Soroka.
You never know, man. Anything can happen in the finals. I'm just trying to be consistent again, hopefully run a low 70. I know he beat Tyler on a hole shot right there. I'm definitely aware of that, so I gotta pay attention to that. I almost lost to Brian on a hole shot. I heard him the whole way down there. Neither one of us know who won the other one. We were just like, man, that was a drag race. So just hoping for the best for the final round. I know I can't win the championship, that's out of the picture, but just trying to win this race.
Actually, Brad Thompson is the former reunion champion in Top Fuel Eliminator when he drove for Larry Bless.
Well, I stand corrected.
Had run as fast as 215 miles an hour at half track.
Wow.
We told him it's still not as fast as Larry's boat. And a California Hot Rod Reunion title to go along with it is Pete Kaiser, Frank McBee Jr. Their number 2 qualifier is Pete Kaiser. Their number 4 qualifier is Frank McBee Jr. And I said earlier, they had not run this car all year. They did come to the reunions last year and run the fastest speed of Top Fuel in 2025, or 2024, I'm sorry, at 265 miles an hour, but had not been able to run in 2025. Show up at the reunion, and qualified in that number 4 spot. Pete Kaiser, he chased the champion. Pete and White Flora, the team down there, Redline Oil, Pac West, the veterans of VFW, all here this weekend to cheer on their driver, Pete Kaiser. Hans Kaiser out in front, bringing the old man back. And Frank McBee Jr. for the Top Fuel title at the California Hot Rod Reunion. Pete Kaiser was runner-up at this race last year. He won the Good Vibrations Motorsports Sparks Meet. Would like to go back-to-back at the reunion. This back-to-back final round. That's right. Back is would like to look at the year with a Sparks Meet title and a reunion title. Have a couple time trial runs after this final round. As we roll up now, Pete Kaiser, Frank McBee Jr. Frank in his first Top Fuel final ever. And he makes it to California Hot Rod Reunion. Up there, check that baby out down there. Top man Frank McBee moving around in a cloud of smoke. But Pete Kaiser, 5720, 259 miles an hour. Frank McBee Jr., 581.5, 257 miles an hour. Pete Kaiser, Frank McBee, both 205 miles an hour at half track. Pete Kaiser, 330 was 261. It was driving away as Frank McBee was 271. And then down there at the top end, 572, Pete Kaiser for the California Hot Rod Reunion title in Top Fuel Eliminator, presented by Good Vibrations Motorsports. And don't forget, folks, you can go right down here behind the tower in the staging lanes, meet the drivers, meet the teams, get an autograph, get a picture. A lot of cool stuff there.
Yeah. I think the camera popped up. Thank you, buddy. Fuck yeah, dude. Oh, fuck. Woo! Good race, guys.
Pete Kaiser won the March meet, came in here saying, I'm going to win this race. We need to win this race. And, man, Pete Kaiser did the job in the final round, a run in the low 570s. I think it ate up most of, if not whatever pistons he had left to use, but that does not matter at this point. Pete Kaiser has done the job again, made the final at this race last year, completes the job.
Man, I had to pedal that thing about 400 feet. I said, he's going to come by me. Luckily, he didn't. But what a run, Ivan. What a run.
72 is best we heard over the radio.
Okay. Man, I pedaled it, a big, long pedal, and it's stuck again.
This is amazing, man. To win at this particular racetrack back-to-back at two of the most difficult races in this form of drag racing is unbelievable.
Yes, man, what a year. Great year, and we lost the championship by 5 points. It shows how much qualifying matters, and every single round matters. Disappointed about the championship, but we'll be back next year.
Who do you want to thank for the season?
I want to thank Pac West Trailers, Redline Oil, Hoosier Tires. Sorry about it, kind of lost.
Hey, no.
Veterans of Foreign Wars came on this weekend. They're going to be back with us in March.
I really got to thank my crew. Without them, none of this would be possible. I'd just get in there and do nothing, just drive the car. These guys all are like machines, and they do the same thing every time. I'm not worried about nothing on this car. I feel so comfortable sitting in there. My biggest thank goes to my wife. And then another big thank is my parents against addiction in me. I've been doing this all my life, so all I know, and it's badass. My parents are here with me this weekend. It's so good. It's amazing.
For Pete Kaiser, an incredible finish, 5 points. It was the tightest championship race we've seen in years, and they gave him a run for their money. Congratulations once again.
Thank you.
Congratulations, guys. Well done. Congratulations.
Appreciate it. Appreciate all you do for us. Thank you.
man.
Thank you for everything,
Well
buddy,
done.
man. Love what
Enjoy
you're
it,
doing,
guys.
brother.